What is good, guys? What is good? Hope you're having a good Saturday. I thought we'd do a little bit of a film review on Walter Nolen, defensive tackle out of Arizona, drafted from Ole Miss, and he's a big dude, man. He's a big dude, 6'3", like 310 pounds. A lot to block, right? This guy is a wrecking ball. Come out of Ole Miss. I'm pretty sure the Arizona Cardinals took him with the 16th pick in the first round. But yeah, man, I mean, he's, for the short amount he played, he's actually pretty good defensive tackle. So you see right here, he didn't get to play a full slate. He's dealing with calf injury, came in later. He would end up getting hurt also towards the end of the year with a knee injury. That's something that they're saying could leak into the next, this upcoming 2026 season. But you see right here, he had 15 total pressures, 2 total sacks, 2 total hits, along with 11 hurries, a couple bats, 6 tackles, and he had some stops in the backfield, right? PFF, they measure that metric, and it's not the end all be all. You need to see what's happening on film because Pro Football Focus makes mistakes, but it's just a good metric to go off of. But yeah, man, I mean, that's enough of me talking. Let's dive straight into the film. All right, so we got him on this play up against the Dallas Cowboys. Looks like the Cowboys are coming out in an I formation. We got Nolen right here. Looks like he's in a 4-eye, so he's on the inside shoulder of this left tackle. Not directly lined up over him, right? So he's just right off the shoulder. Alignment's right off the inside shoulder. But watch him on this play up against Dallas Cowboys. And I mean, look at this. Swipes through. This guy probably honestly should have picked up the block right there, right? But he doesn't. And watch Nolen play this. I mean, he blows up this play in the backfield for negative play. I mean, look at that. This play's right here. And I mean, look at that. That's literally about 5 yards in the backfield. And like I said, they honestly should have done a better job of blocking him right here. They honestly really should have. But if I'm not mistaken, that's his first game in action. And I thought, plays like this as a defensive tackle, I'm like, oh yeah, Murray, you're showing what you really could do. Like we talked about him being a wrecking ball earlier. This guy has wrecking ball potential up there with some of the really good defensive tackles in the NFL. So I thought this was a really good play by him. All right, then you're going to see him on this play. Again, similar to what we saw earlier. Looks like the Cowboys are coming out of shotgun. We got him in a 4-eye, right in the inside shoulder of that right tackle. Right, not heads up, but right in the inside. And watch him on this play. He's going to loop all the way around. And I mean, look at this. Dak is able to get that ball out. But let's be real. Watch him. He's going to take a route right here. And honestly, this probably should have been called for a held. I mean, look at this dude right here. This honestly probably should have been called for a held, but it wasn't. But you can just tell, bro, like that, that center's really fighting to keep him out of there. And he's all go. He's literally all go. And he has a motor. My one thing with Nolen is that I just think that he needs to come up with a couple different things with like his moves, with his pass rush. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, he didn't get to play a full season. So I don't really feel like, he got to have that first part of the season, then the second half where he really starts to turn up as a defensive tackle. But I thought this was a really good pass rush by him right here. In that center, like I said, he was holding him. Like if that center's not holding him at that point, there's a good chance that he's getting a hand on Dak along with his other defensive player on this side, the DN. So I thought this was a really good play by him. Look at that. Blowing it up. All right, then we have him on this play. Looks like he's going to be lined up. I'd say more of a one technique on this. I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But these gap schemes can kind of get a little bit confusing. They're not super complicated, but I could be off. It could literally be a 2-eye. But we're going to go with the one technique. Watch him on this play up against the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, look at him get that swat, man. Like, if you're not going to be able to get to the quarterback, try to make a play on the ball. That's exactly what he did right here. Look at that. And I absolutely love young defensive tackles that get multiple swats at the line of scrimmage. Just shows a lot of awareness, in my opinion. Look at that. And I mean, they pretty much had him doubled up, right? And this is one where I'm like, hey, what's your next move? And it was just all bull rush. And at that point, he couldn't get the Dak. He wasn't going to get the Dak. So he came up with, boom, swatting the ball. And at that point, right, there's multiple times where you're going to see up against some of these teams, they're going to double team him. Bro, I mean, a rookie being double teamed up against some of these vet teams, in my opinion, it kind of goes to show that there's some major potential there. You know what I mean? They didn't have to fully double team him right here, but would love to see for him try to make another play, right? Try to make another move, but at the same time right here, I don't think there's much to critique. And I thought it was a really good swap by him right here just to pretty much make that play dead. I mean, look at George Pickens. George Pickens is like, bruh, like throw me the ball. Could have got it, but no, Dak wasn't able to. All right, on this play, we pretty much, I'd say he's in a 3 technique, so he's going to be lined up between the left guard and the left tackle. Watch him on this play up against the Dallas Cowboys. And look at that swipe through, and then it's just all go to Dak, dude. Look at that. If there is one thing I appreciate about this dude's game, look at that, bro. He is very, and I mean very violent with his hand fighting. And that's something of beauty. I mean, look at that. He even took a hand to the face and it didn't phase him. He literally just played through it, swiped through. Look at 73. He's like, oh shit. And he's already in the backfield and it's already blown up. Like just absolutely no chance. And like I said, his hand swiping is at times can be so violent, bro. And I absolutely love that. Makes it really hard, makes it really hard for some of these offensive linemen to block a defensive tackle that is just extremely violent like that. I'm not gonna say violent, but you know what I'm talking about. Physical, violent, But all right, watch him on this play up against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he's not gonna get a play. He's not gonna get a hit on Trevor Lawrence right here. But the fact that he caught this is kind of crazy. You're gonna just see, look at that, boom, ends up getting the sack, taking out Trevor Lawrence. You got the blitz off the edge by 34. Tight end's not able to block him. Look at this, boom. And just the fact that he was able to track this ball and look at him pick this thing off and take it for 6. Look at that. Like, dude, if I'm going to make a defensive tackle, if I'm making a defensive tackle highlight, you can bet your ass, not a highlight film session, you can bet your ass that I'm including this, dude, because the fact that he caught this with one hand, just threw 72 right off him, and he gets hit, reaches out, gets 6, bro, I got to include a big man's touchdown. It's just a dope ass play. And when it comes to big man touchdowns, they always make me smile every time without fail. All right, and we got him on this play. You're going to see up against San Francisco. And some of these plays up against San Francisco, he's kind of giving them the business, bro. He really is. You're going to see right here, he's going to be lined up in the 3 technique between Trent and the guard, the left guard right there. Watch him on this play up against the San Francisco 49ers. And they're gonna try to catch a block on him, bro. And that guard honestly didn't even stand a chance. Like, look at this. One hand, right hand. Look at that. All the leverage in the world. Literally driving him back right into the running back. And this play is pretty much blown up. Like, look at that. He's penetrating into the backfield. And you're basically just making a wall, right? Like 74 is just not able to block him on this play. And I just thought, again, this is just another one showing off how violent he is with these hands. I mean, look at those hands, bro. The guard, they're just literally straight down and he's just swatting him down. And when it comes to, just that, the really aggressive hand movements from this guy, I'm like, bro, with him doing that along with just adding more pass rushing moves and just like other moves in the run stopping game, which I definitely think he can do in his second year, even coming off of an injury. I see a lot of potential in this guy. Look at that. Right into the backfield. And another thing to include with some of these defensive tackles is with young defensive tackles, I don't know how true this is, but I've heard people talk like some of these guys don't get better until their second or third year with defensive tackles. So there's a lot more to go with this guy. All right, on this play, you're going to see him on the left right here. Looks like, again, he's going to be lined up in the 3 technique between Trent and the left guard. Got a different left guard in this time. Let's see what he can do on this play. And look at that. This is another one where, I mean, look at that. So his defensive player does end up getting the sack, but still, just look at him drive this left guard back. Drive. And he is literally right in Brock Purdy's face. And they honestly, again, another one where they should have called a hold. This honestly should have been called a hold, but it just didn't matter. When you're applying pressure like this, it's making Brock Purdy uncomfortable, right? Look at this. We have a double team up at the top right here, but Brock Purdy is being pushed back because of your boy in the middle right here. Like, he is way far into the backfield. And look at that. This makes it so Brock Purdy has to bail, start scrambling, allows for this defensive end to get super wide. And look at this. Brock Purdy ends up getting sacked. But, you know, it was partly the defensive end, but it was also Walter, bro. Like, look how far he is in the backfield right here. Brock Purdy literally has to bail, and it's done from that point. Literally just done. All right, on this play, again, looks like he's going to be lined up in the 3 technique up against the Houston Texans. Looks like Texans are in an empty set, so there's literally nobody back there blocking for CJ Stroud. Let's see what he can do on this play. And look at that. And I mean, he doesn't get there, and this is one. Look at that. He pretty violent throwdown on CJ Stroud, but this is one where they're going to double team him. And I mean, look at that. They're favoring the double team on the young guy and leaving Calais Campbell, a vet, who at the age of 39, just saying this right now, Calais Campbell is still playing pretty damn good football. But you see right here, they're double teaming him. CJ Stroud, because of the pass rush from the left, has to step up in the pocket. He does a really good job of just like flipping around, getting off the double team and bringing down CJ Stroud along with his teammate. Look at that. I like that play. Look at that. Let's watch it again. We have double team, pass rush from the left, gets off his guys, flips around, boom. Both of them bring him down. And you know, that's not entirely like all him, right? You gotta give some credit to the teammate as well. But when you're caught up on those double teams, that shit's not easy to get off of. And I thought he did a really good job of just flipping his hips fast and bringing down CJ Stroud along with his other teammate. All right, and then we have another play up against the Houston Texans. Looks like he's going to be lined up right here in the 3 technique. Let's see what he can do on this play up against CJ Stroud and the Texans. And I mean, that was such a great setup, and he would get credit for that sack, by the way. That was such a great setup, though. Like, look at this. Initially, it looks like, you know, the guard right there is a pretty decent block. He was a pretty decent block, but look at him swipe through. Literally just throw him to the side. Boom, look at that. And again, that's back to what I said with his hand movement. Very violent, but look at him drive off this. And I mean, he's damn near like a defensive end off the edge wide. Look at that. Again, another one where he is being held. Like, this dude was held a lot. I know a lot of defensive players in the interior get held, but I'm like, this guy he honestly could have had a better stat line in the short time we saw him. But right here, I mean, look at this. He's able to make a play, get the shoelace tackle on CJ Stroud. You have that other Cardinals player coming in to kind of clean up house, but CJ Stroud was already going down, bro. So that's another reason why they credit him for a sack right here, because look at this. He set up, stands him up, swipes through, driving through. Look at that. CJ Stroud has to step up, boom, shoelace tackle, and ends up getting credited with the sack, boy. All right. On this play, looks like he's going to be in the 3 technique. Looks like the Texans coming out of shotgun. Got him between the left tackle and the left guard right there. Watch him on this play. Look at him just drive through that. And I mean, he would, you know, initially it was like, oh, the guard has a pretty good block on him. But slowly but surely, he's driving him back, bro. I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? Like, he has his left and he's driving outside. Now, this kind of goes back again to what we said. He's going to have to come up with more pass rush moves. But at the same time, this rep right here is just all straight power and grit. Like, look at that. He's literally pushing the left guard back into CJ Stroud. And he's like right in CJ Stroud's face. And that the fact that he came up with that pass deflection, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, he was fully engaged with that left guard. And it was nearly a pick too. Like, he put it up in the air. And when you allow opportunities like that for your defensive players, like he did right here, that's how you get turnovers. So this is a really good play on his end. All right, then we have this play. Looks like we're up against the Atlanta Falcons. We're going to have him again. Looks like he's in the 3 technique. Watch him on this play up against the Falcons. Very violent right off the start, and he just drives that left guard. Oh shit, man. All right, we're back. He just drives that left guard right back into Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, for that reason, we all know Kirk really can't move at this point in his career. Like, he can move a little bit, but nothing like he did with the Minnesota Vikings. And look at him drive this left guard back right into Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins like, ah, shit. Needs to get the ball off, has to get it off, throws it away. But look at that, bro. This dude, I'm telling you, in the short time, and if you watched the Arizona Cardinals games, you would just feel his presence on that defensive line along with those other vets. But I mean, he's tough. He's tough, and I feel like there's just so much more he could add to his game, and we just don't, we didn't really get to see that because we didn't get to see a full year of him playing. But second year of this guy, hopefully we'll come back. We'll see when he comes back, because that injury is such a mystery to me, guys. I mean, I honestly looked it up. I was like, what is it? I was like, is it ACL, PCL, LCL? Like, what exactly is it? All I know is that it was basically non-contact, and they're saying that it could leak like his playing time. Who knows? Might see him back like around like week 3, week 4, because he got surgery in December, if I'm not mistaken. But I really love the way this guy plays ball, and I'm like, hey, another year of him playing, getting into even the third year, he could be a defensive tackle that we're talking about, like an absolute monster. I mean, look at Jordan Davis's leap in this past year with the Philadelphia Eagles. He lost weight, he even looked better than Jalen Carter a lot of times. So with these defensive tackles, you just don't know. And I think that this guy has a pretty high floor, but I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe to your boy. All we do is talk football. Appreciate you watching. It's your boy Shady Luke, and I am outie. Deuces.